Hello, welcome back to Ayaz Tech. My name is Ayaz, and in this video I am going to show you how you can install WebUI in your computer and how to use it. I will be using the OpenAI API keys. Also, I will be using the ElevenLabs API key. Further, I will also demonstrate how to use the local LLM like Llama 3.1. I already have installed and tested everything, and I have been using it for some time, so I just wanted to show you my experience that how you can also get same benefit that I am getting. Let's quickly begin. First of all, open WebUI website. This is their documentation that you can read. They have provided the entire steps that are needed to be implemented to install it. So there are multiple ways to install and set it up in your computer. So for example, this is the quick start guide with the help of the Docker that is recommended. So if you have Docker available, then you can simply use it very quickly. But if you don't have it, you should install the Docker. But if you don't want to use Docker, they have other alternate approach as well. That is manual installation by using the Python. Okay, so I will show you the demonstration with the help of the Docker. So first of all, make sure that Docker is installed in your computer, but if it is not installed, then you should just for the Docker, and there is a desktop version of the Docker. You can simply install it. It is available for the Windows, Linux, and Mac as well. So depending on your operating system, you can install it, and once it is installed and ready, you should open it. So this is how this icon will appear in your operating system. You search for the applications and you will find this Docker icon in your computer. Just open it. So this will open the client in your computer and the Docker engine would be started. Once it is started and active, you can start using it. So you can see it is now started, and currently there is only one container that I created earlier. So now let's start. So here there are multiple ways to install within the Docker as well. So for example, if you have Ollama in your computer already and you would like to use the Ollama, then you should use this approach. But if Ollama is installed on a different computer, like maybe on your network but on a different computer, but then you should use this approach. So there are some different options provided in the command that will behave differently. But if you have the NVIDIA GPU support and you want to make use of it, then you should use this command. And now if you don't want to use the Ollama, or if you don't want to run the local LLM, then you have option to run it with the hub by using OpenAI API only. So in this command, you would have to provide the OpenAI API key in this variable, and it will consume it, save it, and start using it when you will run the application. But this variable is not compulsory. You can just run this command without this variable as well. And later when the app will be installed, you will be able to add your API key later as well from the dashboard. So you can further read other options as well. They have the dev branch option as well. You can utilize that as well. Anyways, now first of all, I will show you how to use it with the help of Ollama. I already have Ollama installed, so let me show you what it is. Ollama. Okay, this is their website. Here you can download any local LLM model that is available online. So first of all, you have to download this. They have version for the Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. So depending on your OS, you can just download it. And here, click on the models. There you can see the list of all of the available models that you can download and start using them. In this video, I will show you the usage of Llama 3.1. So you can search for it as well, Llama 3.1, or you can just click on it from here, find it already. And once you open it, here you will see that there are all of the variations or versions of this model available. 8 billion parameters, 70 billion parameters, and 405 billion parameters are available. And you can download any model depending on your computer speed. So the lightest, simplest version is 8B that runs in most of the computers, especially in Apple devices. So currently, if I show you my computer specifications, I am using this iMac and I have 32 GB memory, and I tried it in 18 GB RAM. A MacBook Pro as well, that is M1 chip, and it worked very fast in that computer as well. So let's give it a try. So download the client of the Ollama by clicking on the download button. Once you have downloaded it, install it, and after installation is done, it would be available in your CLI. Ollama will also guide you with their pop-ups or documentation that how to use it. So once it is installed, you will be able to use it with the help of the terminal. So this is how you will check if Ollama is installed in your computer. Search for Ollama, and it is saying that it is not installed. So let's download it first. Click on the download button. Download for Mac OS, click on that. But if you have Linux or Windows, you can select those options. Okay, as you see that the size of this installation is 177 MB. Just wait for it. Meanwhile, we will install the OpenWebUI as well. You just have to copy this command and open the terminal and paste it if Docker is running. So, but if you want to double check if Docker client is running, then just run this docker -- version and it will tell you that it is running. If the Docker engine is not working or is not active, then it will show you that not available. Now let's paste that command and press enter. Okay, it is asking me for some permissions. I'm going to allow it. Now it is downloading the layers of the Docker image from internet. Okay, my download has been completed for Ollama. Just open it and extract it, as this was a zip file. After you have extracted the Ollama, just double click on that to install in your computer. The installation has been started. Okay, it is asking Ollama is an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? Yes, of course, we want to open it. Okay, Ollama works best when run from the applications directory. So let's move it to the applications directory. Okay, the Ollama is now installed. Now let's complete the steps. It is saying that let's get you up and running with your own large language models. Just click on the next, and here it is giving you instructions. Install the command line. So if you click on this button, then this command line tool would be available in your terminal. So just hit the install button. Okay, it is now installed. Now you can simply run this code in your terminal to install the Llama 3.1 model in your computer. But before that, let me show you that it is working in the terminal. So for that, let's open a new tab of the terminal and run the command Ollama -- version, and as you can see, it is showing the version. That's mean it is now installed and available to use. Now paste this command Ollama run 3.1, and also let me show you another thing, that you can also download a specific version. For example, if you want to use the 70 billion parameter version, you can do that as well. So for that, if you don't specify any version, don't specify any parameter, then it will by default pick the 8 billion parameter. But if you select a different variant, then it will automatically add a suffix of 4 or 5 billion. You just copy that command and paste it in the terminal. But we just want to install the 8B version, so just copy that and I will run it. If you don't mention the 8B, it will still download the 8B version. Okay, it is around 4.7 GB of size, so we have to wait for it. Once it is completed, we will then proceed further. Okay, after waiting for some time, both of these tools are installed and ready to be used. So if we go to the Llama installation area, in this terminal, you can see after installation is done, now the model is available in front of us and we can use it. It is asking to send a message. So here just type, hello, how are you? And let's see what it says. Now this response is coming from the Llama 3.1 model from a local machine, and it don't need any internet. It's a bit slow, but in my 18 GB RAM MacBook Pro with M1 chip, it was very fast. So if your specifications are higher, or if you are using M1, M2 or M3 chips, then this would work much better in your computers. Okay, now in this tab, we can see that the OpenWebUI is also installed. And if you look at the command that we pasted, we used the 3000:8080. So we can access this container from this port. So let's try to access it. Open localhost 3000, press enter, and you can see the UI is now opened. Now if you already have an account, then you can just sign in. But if you are doing it first time, then click on the sign up button and type the name, type any email, you can add original email, or you can just add a dummy email like test@gmail.com. It's totally fine. Add the password and hit the create account button, and now you are logged in with a welcome message, and it is showing the versions history. Anyway, click on it. Okay, let's go. And now here this will look exactly like the ChatGPT, but it is way better than that, I guess, because it has a lot of good features, and you can try to have all of features within this open source UI. So on the top left you have a button, a drop down, where you can see the list of all of the models that you can use, and if you click on that, it will show you the local models or whatever models that are available. Like if you have configured your OpenAI API key, then it will show the models from the OpenAI as well. It has the temporary chat as well, or it has normal feature. So just select the model, and now let's try to talk with the Llama 3.1. Type hi. Now it is responding with the help of this UI. Okay, now here you can see we have several useful features, like we have the edit. You can copy the message on the clipboard. You can play the sound, like it will read this text aloud, and if you click on that, it will give you the general information. So for example, actually just hover on it and you will be able to read the information, like response token, how many tokens it used, how many tokens were for the prompt, and how much milliseconds or second it took, and things like that. Also you can rate this response, like if it is good response or bad response, and if you want to continue the discussion or response, you can click on that, or if you want to regenerate, just click on this. So now let's configure the OpenAI API key, because that would be very fast once we configure that, because this local LLM is a bit slow. So click on this and go to the setting area, and go to the admin setting basically, and here click on the connection, and here OpenAI API key URL is here, and this is the input where you will have to specify the API key. So you can add multiple endpoints as well, like this. Okay, now let's create an API key from OpenAI platform. I'm already logged into my OpenAI platform, and I am under my project experiments, and here click on the API keys. This is the place where you are able to create multiple API keys. Just click on this button, create new secret. Here name your API key. I will give it a name TMP or TEMP, and select the project where you want to create this key, and here you can specify the permissions. If you want to give it full permissions, then just select all. If you want to add some restrictions, you can go to the restriction and make changes in these selections, like if you want to give it read access or write access or whatever, or if you want to give it only the read only permission, then just select that. I want to select all for now. Just click on the create secret key. Okay, the secret key has been created. Let's copy that and here paste it. You will be creating your own secret key obviously, because I'm going to delete this one after this video. Now hit the save button. Once you do that, if you go back to the new chat, if you click on this drop down button, you will see all of the models available from the OpenAI. So click on that. Now we can see all of the models from the OpenAI. So we have the ChatGPT 4o, ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo. Also we have the 4GPT-4o Mini. So I used this a lot in the OpenWebUI. So this is my feedback on it, that it is very fast and very economic and cheap. So I have been using very long texts on it, but still it did not cost me a lot. Actually, I still was not able to cross the $1. So still my cost is under $1. So it is very cheap so far for my use case. So I highly recommend to use this model as well. So let's try if it is fast or not for you. Type hi and you can see how quick it was. It is very fast. Best practices to be a great web developer. So you can see the speed of the response. It is very quick. It might be faster depending on your computer speed, also the internet speed as well. So you can see it works exactly same like ChatGPT. On the left side you can see it is adding very nice emojis, characters on the left side of your conversation title. Other than that, you can add the attachments as well. by clicking on this upload files, and you can try these features as well. Record voice, I tried the record voice, that works, but the call feature I could not test it properly, but you can play around with that. So now let me show you that how you can add the ElevenLabs. So click on that and go to the admin panel, go to the settings area and go to the audio section, and here you can add the API keys. So for example, you have the STT setting, that is speech to setting. So I think this is for the mic button that you have in the chat interface, where you click on the mic and it will allow you to speak, and it will convert your voice into the text. So if you want, right now it is using local whisper model that is provided by the OpenAI, and this is also open source. So I think this is using it in free. But if you want to use a live API, a real online API to convert speech to text, then you can select any of these like OpenAI or Web API. Okay, for now I will just leave it as it is. Also we have the option TTS setting, that is text to speech engine. Right now the Web API is selected. You can select OpenAI or ElevenLabs as well, and then we have all of the voices available that we can select for the text to speech. Okay, so let's say I want to test this sound. Select that, save it. I did not add the ElevenLabs API key yet, so let's go back to our chat and click the volume icon and see.
Becoming a great web developer involves a combination of technical skills, best practices, and soft skills. Here are some best practices.
So you can see this sound is so terrible that I can't listen it. So this is not a real human sound. So that is the benefit of ElevenLabs. ElevenLabs provide you the quality human-like sounds. So let's configure it now. Go to the setting, and in the audio section, from TTS section, select the ElevenLabs. Okay, now it will allow you to enter the API key. So let me quickly get the API key for my ElevenLab. Okay, now I am inside my ElevenLabs account. So I bought a membership earlier. I am currently on the starter plan, that is $5 a month. But in your case, if you are trying it for the first time, then maybe you will get some free credits as well. So as you can see, it has the free plan as well that gives you 10,000 credits per month as well. That is 10 minutes of audio. Anyways, now we want to create the API key. So let's click on the API key button, and here I already have created some API keys. I will create a new one and I can give it the name like TMP. It will, by the way, auto generate a unique name for you, but I want to use that my own custom name. And we have the restrict key option as well. If you open that, then you can customize the permissions. For now I want to give it full permission. Just click on the create and just copy the API key. Go back to your Open WebUI interface and here paste the API key. Now hit the save button. Okay, all right, now we have the TTS model and TTS voice. As we have selected the ElevenLabs, now it is hitting the API of ElevenLabs and getting the list of all of the available models for my account. So here I guess I may have to reload it. So let me just try to reload it and see if it gives me any option. Go to the audio. Yes, now we have the drop down button on the right side. Click on that. It will show you the list of all of available models from the ElevenLabs. I want to use 11 multilingual _v2, or they have the 11 turbo version 2. So this is, they just announced this model. This is fastest and cheapest model that you can use. So you can select that as well. And here it will give you the list of all of the voices that are available. You can also go to the dashboard of the ElevenLabs and create your own custom voice. You can create a clone of someone's voice. So once you have your voice ready, or you can use the default voices as well. I am going to use, let's say, this one. Select that and hit the save button. Now go to the conversation that you want to listen to. So, or maybe I want to create a new conversation. So let me type, give me the best motivation quotation for productivity. Press enter. Okay, the model was not selected. By the way, you can fix this problem as well. There is a setting where you can select the default model. So in that way, whenever you will open a new chat, it will by default select that model for you. So let me select the mini and hit the submit button. Okay, we got the quotation. Play the sound.
Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out.
You
Robert
can
Collier.
you can see how much this voice was clear, and it looks very real, like a human sound. So give me quotations from the Atomic Habit book. Press enter. Okay, we got some 5 quotations from that book, so let's play it loud.
Sure. Here are some impactful quotes from Atomic Habits by James Clear. 1. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. 2. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. 3. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. 4. Change is the result of replacing bad habits with good ones. 5. The most effective way to change your habits is to change your identity. These quotes capture the essence of building effective habits and the importance of systems in achieving personal growth.
Okay, you heard that. This sound was so much better than before, and this is very helpful. ChatGPT doesn't provide this feature. ChatGPT has the feature that you can listen to the response, but their sound is not as better as this is. Also, the voices are limited and you cannot customize it. So for example, in the ElevenLabs you can clone your own voice, and now once you have cloned your voice on ElevenLabs, you can select that voice in this OpenWebUI, and you can always listen to the article in your own voice as well. But ChatGPT doesn't offer that, so that is very limited in that regards. So also let me go to the settings area in the audio section, or go to the actually admin setting, and in the audio section, speech to text engine is currently set to the local, that is Whisper. If you want to use the web API, you select that, or you can select the OpenAI as well. So if you want to use the OpenAI API to convert your speech to text, then it will again ask you to provide the API key. So let me copy the API key once again and paste it here. So this is the same API key that I used earlier in the connections tab, and here you can specify which model of the OpenAI you would like to use. Currently only one is available here, so just hit the save button. Now go to the new chat, and here click on the record voice. You have to allow the mic. How can I stay productive? Okay, you can see it has immediately converted my speech into the text, and for sure it used the OpenAI model from the API key that we gave it. Okay, you did not select the model, select a model, hit the send button. Okay, perfect. Now we will see how we can set a default model. So go to the settings, and in the general you can customize the theme, maybe dark, or this one, or lighter, or this. Okay, I would use the system theme. You can customize the language, you can enable the notifications. I did not try that yet. Also you can set the system prompt. So this is the same thing that we have in the ChatGPT. You can add the system level prompt, and whenever you chat, it will always consider that prompt. And you can also configure the advanced parameters like speed, temperature, etc. So I will just hide it. In the interface section, this is the place where I was talking about, that where you can set the default model. I would like to use a ChatGPT mini, ChatGPT-40-mini as the default model. Select that. And in the UI you can configure different things, like you can enable the chat bubble UI or turn it off. Also you can turn on the wide screen mode. In that way you will have more space. So you can configure the chat direction, and also we have other option like you can upload the background image for your chat. So for example, click on that and go to the place where you have the image to use. So I'm going to select this image and see what happens. You can see if I save it and close it, you will notice that there is a background image behind this chat. So in this way you can make your chats more interesting and exciting. I will just reset the background. And then we have the title auto generation, that is good. So it will automatically generate the title, and it will show on the left side of the sidebar of your chat. Also we have an option that it will automatically copy the responses to the clipboard. Also in the voice section we have the other options like display emoji in the call. So then we have the personalization. Here you can enable the memory feature. That is the same thing that we have in the ChatGPT. You can personalize your interactions with LLM by adding memories through the manage button below, making them more helpful and tailored to you. So you can enable that and you can click on the manage. Here you can add many memories, so just click on the add memory and type the memory that you want to add here. Okay, that's great. Then in the audio, the default engine can also be specified, that for speech to text which engine you want to use. Let's suppose you use the web API, then it will by default keep selecting this option. Also we have an option instant auto send after voice transcription. Once voice transcription is created, it will immediately send your message. You will not have to send it. So that is also option you can try. Then we have the auto playback response. I think this is the option when you get a response from ChatGPT or from your model. After the response is completed, it will immediately start playing the voice for that response, and you can specify the voice that should be used here. And in the chats, you can import and export the chat. Okay, then we have the admin setting area. So here you can enable or disable the new signups or registrations, and you can specify the default user role. Currently it is pending. You can set it to user or admin. So that's mean if you create a new account, then by default that user will become admin, or you can select user, then that user will become of type user. By default you will not have to approve that user. So by default all of the users would be pre-approved if you select any of these options. Okay, then we have the webhook URL that you can add as well here. So after that, here you can add the settings for the users, like allow chat deletion. So you add more users and you want to specify if they are allowed to delete chat or not. You can disallow it or allow it, it's up to you. Also we have the allow chat editing. Then we have the temporary chat. You can disable this feature as well. Then here you can specify the default model for the user. So whenever you create a new user, this model that you have selected here would automatically be set the default model for that user. So whenever that user create a new chat, by clicking on this button, they will see that model that you have selected here. They can obviously change it from there. Also you can enable the whitelisting of the model as well. So that's mean that whatever model you will select here, by the way, you can add multiple models as well. So whatever models you select here, only those models would be accessible to that new user. They will not be able to see or use the other models that you have available. Okay, so this is also a very nice feature. So in the connections, we already have seen it. So this is a model section. You can delete any model as well by selecting that model, delete that. It will automatically delete the model and free up your space. In the document section, you can add all of the configurations, like which embedding model you want to use. It is using this one. I guess this is local model. I am not sure. I did not try it yet. Then in the web search, you can also do the web search in the OpenWebUI. So currently it is disabled. You can enable it. So once it is enabled, you can select the engine, that which engine you want to use to perform the web search. There are multiple options like Brave, Google, or Serper. Serper is also famous. DuckDuckGo. By the way, this web search engine is very interesting. That is SrxNG. So let me actually show you what it is. SrxNG. If you open that, this is basically the open source solution. Anybody can use it for free of cost. You don't have to pay to any third-party app. You can just install it and start using it. Okay, as it is saying that this is a free internet meta search engine which aggregates results from various search services and databases. So this is very interesting. I did not try it, but I'm planning to give it a try, and I would also try to record a video on this. So we will see. So once you install this service in your computer, you can use it. So for example, here, if you have selected this option, then it is giving you an input where you can specify the URL where it will send the queries, and you can configure other things as well. And further we have the web loader settings where you can bypass the SSL verification for websites. And in the interface section, we have the options for the local models and the external models. I did not try it yet, but it is saying a task model is used when performing tasks such as generating titles for chats and web search queries. Okay, so this is interesting. So when you want to perform web search, or when you want to generate these titles, these models will be used. So if you want to use the local model, then you can specify that which local model you would like to use, and it has selected the current model. That's mean whatever is the current model by default, it will be using that, or you can specify different model here as well, like this. And this is the title generation prompt. So you see that it generates very interesting titles with the interesting emojis on the left side. So this is happening with the help of this prompt that they have added it here. It is saying create concise 3 to 5 word title with emoji as title for the prompt in the given language, etc. And it has given it the example of the titles. So here you can see these are all of the examples, and this is how you will prepare the prompt. Okay, so you can feel free to customize this prompt. And then we have the search query generation prompt. So when it will search the internet, this is the query that it will use. It will use that you are tasked with generation web search queries. Give me an appropriate query to answer my question for Google search. Answer with only the query. Today is current date. So it is also passing the current date so that it could search for the latest data from internet. And this is the question, and this is the variable, I guess, that would be passed to it. And then we have the option search query generation prompt length threshold. And this is also another interesting thing. So this is the banners section where default prompt suggestions is visible. So for example, when you create a new chat, let me open it. Here you can see some suggested prompts like this: give me ideas, etc. You just click on that and it will insert the piece of text for you. Okay, let me show you how these are coming. These prompts are coming from this section. So this is a default prompt suggestion. Help me study. You can edit it if you want to, and this is some description, I guess, and this is the exact prompt. So this is basically title, this is the description of that prompt, and this is the this is a subtitle, as you can see, and this is the exact prompt. So you can delete these prompts or make changes to these prompts, or you can add as many prompts as you want. So I clicked on this plus button, and here you can specify. So this banners is a different thing than the default prompt. So if you want to create a different prompt, a new prompt, click on this button and you got a new section for the inputs. Here you can add the title and add the subtitle, add the prompt here and save it. And this is the banner. You can add a banner. For example, if you want to specify a warning, just add a warning, add testing ABC and save it. With that, it will show a banner in your entire application. Let me reload it. And on the top you can see this banner, warning testing ABC. Okay, so this is also very useful and interesting feature. You can disable it or you can just delete it. You can add multiple banners as well. Then we have already seen the audio section. After that we have the images section. You can also generate images like you do in the ChatGPT. So for that, here you have to enable the image generation, that is experimental. You can turn it on, but it is saying that OpenAI API key is required. You have to paste that key here like we did earlier. Let me actually do that. So let me copy the API key and let's go back here in the settings, paste the API key and let's enable it. Now it is enabled, and image generation engine is currently selected as OpenAI. You can use the different model engines as well. I did not try these two, but this is the OpenAI model that is created by the OpenAI, obviously. Then under that engine, it will give us the list of all of the models that we can use. We have DALL 3 and 2. Let me select the latest one, and here you can specify the size of the image. Currently the image size is 512. You can change it if you want to. Then we have the set steps. I don't know what it is about, so I will not change it. Save it. Now let's quickly test this image generation feature. Okay, go back to the new chat and here type the prompt, create an image for a funny cat, press enter. Let's see if it is able to do that. Nope, it did not do that. So once you have saved your settings, and if you reload it, and then below every response you have the button generate image, so you can use it. So actually let me start a new chat. Give me prompt for generating funny cat image. Okay, so I want to generate an image, so click on this button. Then it will use this text and try to create it. It is saying that something went wrong. The size is not supported by this model. So let's see which sizes are available. So search for the DALL 3 supported sizes, and we got the list of the sizes here, I guess. Or let me find it from the documentation. Okay, in this community discussion, it is saying that I saw DALL model support these sizes, so we can try these. Let me select this size, copy that, and go back to the settings and paste it there. Save it. Now let's try to generate it again. Click on this generate image button, and this time I don't see any error. That's now it is doing something behind that. Wait for it. Alright, you can see that it has generated the funny image for this cat. That's excellent. And other than that, let's try the call feature. It did not work for me earlier, but now as we have added some configuration, so maybe it will work. So let's give it a quick try. Click on that. Hello, how are you? All right.
Hello, I'm just a computer program, so I don't have feelings, but I'm here and ready to help you. How can I assist you today?
Excellent. This is working great. I'm really impressed.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that you're impressed. If you have any questions or if there's anything specific you'd like to know or discuss, feel free to ask.
All right, this is great. This time it worked for me. I think last time I did not configure things correctly, but now our both text to speech and speech to text models are configured and connected. So everything is working perfectly fine. It is now working very seamlessly and smoothly. And also I feel like it is better than ChatGPT because I still don't enjoy the voice quality and loudness of the voices of ChatGPT app. They have also the call feature, but that is not that good as it is right now. I mean, it is great obviously, but still that is very limited. But we have a lot of possibilities. We can use one of a lot of voices available on the ElevenLabs library, and also you can clone your own voice and you can talk with yourself by using your own voice from the ElevenLabs. So possibilities are endless. So that is great to test this feature as well. Other than that, you can collapse this sidebar as well, and you can search the chats history as well. This is also a great feature, but in ChatGPT I guess you cannot search it. And in these three dots you have other options. You can pin it. Yes, that is also very nice feature. You can pin the important conversations, you can clone it, and you can archive it, you can share it, you can delete it. Also you can add the tags as well, like testing. Press enter. You can see the tag has been added. Now it will show only those conversations that belong to this tag. There can be multiple conversations under the same tag. Okay, so you can add multiple tags as well. And also another very nice feature that I see here is that in the ChatGPT you cannot edit the response, but you can edit your own message, but you cannot edit the response. Let me actually show you. So let's open the ChatGPT. Start now. So here test hello. Okay, we got the response. Currently I cannot edit that because I'm not logged in yet. So let me actually log in first. Okay, now I'm logged in, so let me send a message. Hello, press enter, and okay, I got this pencil icon. We have the read aloud option.
Hi there. How can I help you today?
So definitely this voice is great, but we have the limited number of options. And also click on this edit pencil. You can edit your message, but you cannot edit the message that was created by this model, by the ChatGPT. But here in the WebUI, you can very easily edit the response created by the model as well by just clicking on the pencil icon here as well. Like you can just update it. Okay, so it will update in the history, and when you will send a new message, it will consider that message that you have updated. Okay, excellent. Now we have the pipeline section. I did not try the pipeline. Also we have the database area where you can import and export. And now let's go to the workspace section. Click on that, and here you can customize these models. So for example, if you click on this drop down, we have the hide model button, clone. You can clone it. you can export it, you can delete it. So for example, if you click on edit button, then it will open this view. So this looks very familiar, like we have in the ChatGPT app where you create custom GPT. So in the workspace, models basically is like the custom GPT. You can create a new model. So they are just giving it a new name, but this is still a GPT, custom GPT in the ChatGPT. So it is same thing. So for example, here you can create a model. Here you can add the image, and here you can name your model. So in the ChatGPT, we have the button input to name your GPT, but here we have the name your model, and here you can specify the unique ID for your model, and here you can specify the base model, like you want to select ChatGPT 4 or later, select that. It will use it as the base model. In the description, you can add a description. Then here you can add the system prompt in the model params. So this is the system wide prompt. So whenever you will open that GPT or model that you just created here, and here we have option to configure the advanced parameters like speed, temperature, etc. And here you can add multiple custom prompt suggestions by clicking on this button. So currently the custom is selected, but if you click on that, I guess it will generate the suggestions automatically by using the AI, right? So I can just use the default, or maybe it will extract the suggestions that we saw earlier in the global setting areas. For example, if you go to the admin panel here, let me open a new tab just to show you that. Go to the admin panel, and in the setting and in the interface here, we added these global prompt suggestions. So I guess it will be fetching the prompts from there if you set the default. So these are the default prompts. Okay, so let me just keep the default, or you can add the custom prompts as well, that if you want to add specific prompts that is relevant to this. Then we have the tools. You can select the tools, filters, actions, and that is also very nice feature of OpenWebUI, that you can create custom functions and call them. So that makes this OpenWebUI very powerful. So here in these tabs, either you can click create your own function, or you can search internet for some functions. So actually here you cannot search internet, but here we have a button discover a function. This will discover and download and explore custom functions. If you click on that, it will open the marketplace or open a community area where we will see all of these functions and models created by the community. You can explore this and find some useful functions or model. You can then use it. For example, I earlier tried a function like that was, I guess, about memory. Let me search for that. So we have a function add memory action button. So this is basically an action. So if you click on that, it will show you all of the information, also the code that they have. So you can just get it or just copy it. If you click on the get and click on the get started, you have to log in to get that. Okay, let me log in first. Path of your OpenWebUI, where it is currently running. It is currently running on this URL. Copy that, paste it here, and hit the import to WebUI button. And it automatically created this function for you with the title and description and this unique ID, and all of the code was added. You can obviously review this code if you want to and hit the save button. So as it is showing a warning that you should carefully review the code because this was written by someone and it will be executed in your computer. So just I will click on the confirm because I know that it is fine to use it. I have used it. Also here you have option to enable it. I have enabled that, and we have option to make it global, so it will be globally available to everyone, to every user, I guess, and in every chat and in every model as well. Okay, but if you don't enable that, then this would be available in only this current model where you are adding it. But if you enable it globally, then you will not have to manually add this function to specific models. It will be available to all of the models. And then we have the valves. I don't know what it is about. And now let's go back and go to the models. We were creating a new model or customizing it. So here, let me actually create a new one, test, and in the base I have selected this, and in the advanced, in the prompt suggestion, I'm going to select the default. Okay, here in the knowledge area you can upload your own documents. Currently there were no documents. You can go to the documents and add your documents first. Once you add them, then you can select here. Okay, all right, and documents would appear here once you have added them in the documents tab. And if you have created some tools or functions or prompts, they would also be available here. You will be able to select them. As we already have created a function, so we have available here, we can select it. Click on that and you can give it the capabilities like vision and the usage. I don't know what is the usage about, but you can select it if you want to. And you can add tags and you can see the preview what it will be generating. Okay, now hit the save and create. All right, now it is created with the name test. You can now very easily use it. Go to the plus button. Okay, so now if you click on this drop down, you will find the new model or custom GPT that I just created. Select that, and now here I don't see any suggested prompts. You can set it as default as well by clicking on this. Now if you reload it, every time this model would be selected, but currently it is not adding the suggested prompt. So let's quickly go to the workspace and go to the model that we just created. Click on the edit, and here actually it was custom, that's why I think it was not showing anything. I have set it to default. Save it and now go to the new chat. Okay, now it is showing all of the default global prompts that we have in the global area in the admin panel. But now let's quickly edit this model and add the specific custom prompts. So here, instead of using default, let me add hello test and save it. Now create a new, and here we got the custom prompt that we associated with to this model. Okay, another interesting use case of this Open WebUI project is that you can add parallel models as well to compare your output. So for example, we have selected test. Here you can select a different model, like I would use the local llama 3.1. So in this way it will run both models in parallel and you will be able to compare the responses. Here you can add, give me ideas to be productive, max 5 ideas. Okay, press enter. Now you can see that it is running the models in parallel. One is on the left side, second one is on the right side. You can see the difference. The right side version is still loading. It is too slow, and left one is completed. You can start a new chat, and you can add more than 2 models as well. You can add 3 or 4 models as well in parallel. So for example, add this one here and select turbo here and add this one here. Let me remove this one. Now you can run 3 chats in parallel for the same prompt. Give me 5 ideas to stay healthy. Press enter. Now you can see we have 3 chats or models that are running in parallel. That's very interesting. Now you can compare all of these outputs and see which one works for you. Okay, other than that, you can download the chats as well in the PDF. You can export in the JSON or plain text. You can add tag to this specific conversation as well from here. And other than that, we have the chat controls. So for every new chat, you can customize these settings. So for example, there was a global system prompt that you have specified to this model custom GPT. You can customize that system prompt here. You can use a different system prompt for this specific chat only. Okay, and this setting will not be saved. This is just a temporary setting for this conversation. So I think that's all. What else we can find here? So other than that, another very interesting use case is that I have been using the prompts. This basically creates the command that you can use. So I will show you the best use case that I'm using it, and that is helping me a lot. So I have created several prompts that help me to process the information that I want to collect from any YouTube video. So for example, I created a new prompt like this, and this is the prompt. Let me show you. By the way, I generated this prompt with the help of the Anthropic. So for example, If you go to the console.anthropic.com, you should already have logged into your account. Once you do that, you have a button generate a prompt. So you tell it whatever you want and it will create very efficient prompt for you. So I have told it that what I want. So it generated me a prompt that I would like to use. So now this is the prompt that it gave me. Here it is saying that you will be given a transcript of a YouTube video. Your task is to distill the main points and knowledge from this video into a concise, easy to understand summary. This summary should allow someone to gain the maximum benefit from the video content without actually watching it. So here is the transcript of the video. So this is the interesting part. So in this tag, this is the variable to get the clipboard. So this is the main thing that I am preferring this a lot, and I'm able to use it a lot. When you copy the transcript on your clipboard and you just select this prompt, it will automatically take out the transcription from your clipboard and it will put it in between these tags. So that is very, very convenient for me and motivate me to use it more frequently. And below we have added follow these steps to create your summary. Read through the entire transcript carefully, identify the main topics, themes, pick out the key points, organize the points in the logical order, summarize each main point in simple, clear language, present your summary, etc. So there are a lot of information in this prompt. By the way, other than clipboard, we can create other variables as well. I did not try the variable this variable yet, but I will definitely give it a try. But this one definitely works, so I'm going to save it YouTube snapshot, and here you can use the custom name of the command as well. So it auto generated, but you can add like very short version like YT. Click on the save. Alright, our prompt is ready. So go to the new chat. Let me select the mini version of GPT-4o, set it as a default because this is what I prefer mostly. And here, let me first get the transcription of the YouTube video. There are several ways to get the transcription. I will show you what I am currently using. I may change this approach later in future, but for now this is what I'm using. Open the YouTube first. Open the video that you want to use to get the transcription, and on the bottom, on the right side below, you will find this transcript summary. Actually, this is a Chrome extension that I am using, and I will show you what is that Chrome extension. So I got this Chrome extension from glosp.co. If you click on this add to Chrome, it will take you to the web store. So this is the name of the extension that you can also search for: YouTube summary with ChatGPT and Claude. This extension has many other features as well, but I'm not using them. I'm using it for getting the transcription. So for example, in this YouTube video, just click expand this, and here you will find the clipboard icon. This is a transcription. Just click on that. It will give the transcription on your clipboard. Now go back to the chat, type the slash, and it will show you the list of all of the available prompts. You can search for the prompts as well. If it matches, then it will show that, and you just click on that. That's it. For if you are doing it for the first time, it will show you this confirmation that if you want to give it permission to access the clipboard, yes, select allow. And now whenever you will type this command and click on it, it will paste the prompt, and you can see it has added my entire transcription between the transcript tag like this. Okay, now if you hit the send message, then you can see this entire prompt is here, and it gave me quickly the summary. You can quickly read the summary, you can read the key points, you can read the quick takeaway. And so in this way, even if the video is 2 hours long, you can still consume it in very minimal way with just 5 or 6 points, and that's it. And you can also listen to that response as well with the help of the ElevenLabs. So this is one of the things that I really wanted to share with you that is helping me a lot. And other than that, for example, if you want to explore the available prompts from internet, you just click on the discover a prompt, click on that, and it will take you to the community website of the OpenWebUI, and here you can search for the prompts. So for example, if you scroll down, we have the section for the new prompts. Click on that. So it took you to the page where all of the prompts are visible. So it has ordered the prompts with the popularity, by the popularity, I guess. So it has gave it the ranking. So this one is on the top ranking position, number 1. So this is the most used prompt, I guess, and mostly highly rated. And you can see we have the code expert, stable diffusion, grammar check, code optimization, article generator, etc. If you click on that, it will show you the entire prompt. Also, it has a variable as well. So let's try to use it. It is saying write an article about topic and include relevant statistics, add the links to the sources you use, and consider diverse perspectives, write in X underscore tone. So basically this is a variable. So let's see how to use it. Just click on the get button and import it to the web UI, and it has imported this prompt with all of the variables. Currently there is only one variable, actually two variables being used. Just hit the save button and now go to the new chat and here type slash, select the article, and here well, I don't see any way to automatically add these variables. Well, so far I did not find any way to replace these variables, so I think for now you can just replace it by yourself. But this is how it works in a formal tone, and mention here you can specify topic like yoga or exercise tips. Hit submit. It will immediately generate the article based on the variables that you have specified and based on this prompt. One last thing that is you can create a new user. Go to the admin setting, go to the dashboard. Here you can see the list of all of the users. You can let user to sign up from the sign up page. Here in the dashboard, click on the plus icon. Here you can add the user. You can import from the CSV as well. I'm selecting admin 2 admin@gmail.com, and the password. Hit the submit button. Okay, the user has been created. Now you can log out and log in with that user. I will just open the incognito window to try a different session. Type the local host 3000 port and let's log in with that new user, email and password. Okay, I'm logged in with that user, and you can see that there is no history in this user. So this is also another use case of this tool, that you can create multiple users and you can then try every user for a different project. So every project will have different data in it and history. So I think that's it what I wanted to cover so far in this video. If you have any question, then please leave them in the comments section, or if suggestion or feedback, then please let me know as well in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and got some value, then please make sure to like and share this video. Also leave some comments. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get notified for my upcoming videos.